Well, here I am on the OraCola on October 18th, 2023. And I realized when I actually sat down to do this show, several minutes late, by the way, that I had forgotten to schedule the live stream. So this might be a very lonely OraCola. I might not actually have anybody watching this show. Ain't that a kicker? I was busy this afternoon trying to upload the reel, and I totally forgot to schedule the live stream. Now, I'm going to log on to my text and see if I got any kind of like thing. Okay, we got somebody there. All right. I think I got a regular. I'm going to just say, oh, I forgot to schedule. Hang on. Ugh, this is the worst. The light's in my face. To the live stream. I'm live now. There we go. Well, hopefully one person will show up to the party. I'm so sorry, the rest of y'all. I hope y'all find me because honestly, I don't know how to let you know that I forgot to schedule the live stream. And then this is the reason why. And plus, I was so late. Like, I was so late. It's 9/11 right now, which is fitting for me to be telling all y'all this. Anyway, we're just going to continue. We're just going to keep going. If nobody shows up to the show, great, fine, whatever. I will deal with it. It is what it is. It is the eclipse week. We had that big old eclipse on Saturday, and it's crazy energy. There's some crazy energy today, like all kind of shit going on. So, yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I'm just saying. I hope that somebody finds me now. Anyway, welcome to the OraCola. Welcome to the OraCola. I'm Mercy Cola, coming to y'all live from Austin, Texas, here on October 18th, 2023. If you're with me right now or with me in the future, hey, welcome to the show. If you are not with me because I fucking forgot to schedule the live stream like a dumbass, then yeah, I don't understand what just happened, but hey, it is what it is. So we just got a couple folks with us. Maybe if I post on Instagram and Facebook that I was late, hold on. Let me just post here that I'm live now. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. I'm live now. Dumb ass me forgot to schedule the live stream till I got on YouTube tonight. Okay, there we go. It's even like a shit brown in the background. So we're just going to post that. Okay. We're just going to post that shit. Yep. We're going to share it. We're going to share it. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Oh, hey. There we go. Now I got to screenshot that shit and put it on Instagram. This is how this works for me. When I post on the Facebook, I got to screenshot that shit and then go to the Instagram to paste it in to Instagram. Because for whatever reason, you can't cross post from Facebook to Instagram. Although you can cross post from Instagram to Facebook. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know how this works. I'm confused and I'm probably doing it wrong. And I also was having trouble with my eyelash a lot. That was a part of the reason why I was late. The other part of the reason why I was late was like, oh my God, Brittany's dancing with knives again. Look at this shit. Y'all, God bless Britney Spears. She's been through a lot for our entertainment. And I feel like maybe she ain't well. Maybe she's trolling us all. Maybe she's just fucking trolling us all. But after following her Instagram for a couple years, since I did a show where she was featured and I had to like get into her shit, I kind of feel like maybe, possibly, she's a little bit off. Just saying. And I ain't saying it's her fault. I ain't saying it's her fucking fault. I'm just saying I forgot that I need to go post this shit on Instagram. So I'm going to post this to my post. There we go. We're going to the next. Yep. Okay. And then, yeah, for reals, y'all. Oops. Apostrophe. There we go. More Brittany. And then suddenly my shit's going to pop up. Look at that. Like magic. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then I'm also going to post that to my story just in case, because a lot of folks don't actually look at posts and the posts get weird. Like they just like go to the story. And so I'm just going to do a new story. So hold on. Sorry while Instagram while y'all are here. I just feel like I need to do that. I'm going to do a new story. We're going to post this. And then we're going to write up here, I'm a dumb ass. What? D-U-M-B. Yes, ass. Sometimes. I hate autocorrect. Lull. Yeah, you got to let people know it's funny. You got to put that lull at the end. I think that lull is going to become lingual at some point in our culture. We're just going to start saying lull after with a thing that we was like kind of like embarrassed about, but actually a little bit serious about, but also just like it didn't matter that much. That's going to become lull. Mark my words, Merriam-Webster's going to be into that shit in a minute. Okay, back to what I was doing. I'm a dumbass sometimes. Lull, yes. And I'm just going to post it to my stories without no music because I'm in a hurry. Anyway. Now that it's very far into the show, and I know I was 10 minutes late, so we're just going to go tonight. We're going to go to 10:10 on this. We're going to go 10:10 tonight, and we're gonna see whoever shows up. And if they don't show up, well, that's fine. It's my fucking fault. All right, y'all. Well, y'all know what we do here. All of y'all here is family, and I'm really glad that y'all were persevering to find me, because for a minute I didn't even understand why I wasn't on. I went to my usual channels. I was like live. I was like, oh, wait. I ain't booked to do a live show. Oh my God. I forgot the most important part of doing the OraCola. And this is rare. It's happened to me, I think, one other time. Today was a day that was very distracting for various reasons. I ain't going to get into the details. However, I will say that I was distracted from pretty much the moment I went to sleep until the moment I have started this show. I have been distracted by various things, often things that are not in my control, that are nothing to do with me, but that, I want to devote energy to because it's important, right? So I'm just distracted. Sorry. No, I did not win the Powerball. Sorry, Goog. If I had one, I would not tell you on this show. Rest assured. But I did not win, because if I had one, I think I would be in a different kind of mood. I would probably feel a lot more anxiety, and possibly feel a lot more trepidation, because that's a heavy burden. As we discussed last week, we discussed all the things you got to do it right. And most people don't do it right, and they end up failing. And I have a burden on me as a white trash person to do it fucking right. So yeah, I just feel like it's a good thing I didn't win the billions. Some other California person won it, I think. California has the multitude of winners. And I don't know if that's because they have more people playing the lotto, or they got more people crooked trying to fix the lotto. I still ain't figured that out. But whatever. Whatever. Yeah. All right. So we got P&G in the house. We got Prance. We got Patrick and Goo. We got some core family members. And I recognize that because of my own fuck up, it might be a very secret private show. So yeah, this might be a good time to get all them secret things in that you might not want other people to see. Wink. Get them questions answered. That ain't to say that it ain't going to be on YouTube later. It definitely will. But based on my views and people that go back and watch my shit, chances are very, 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 very low that anybody is going to actually watch this show after the live stream. Very low. So your secret is safe with the OraCola. All right. Thank you. Yeah, no, I was feeling it. I was like, love hurts, and love is a battlefield, and all them things, just feeling that feeling when I was getting ready. And it ain't got nothing to do with me. It's just kind of the general feeling in the air. There's the eclipse that just happened, and I got to watch it. So y'all know I was like excited at having them eclipse glasses. Well, honey, let me tell you, that eclipse glasses purchased via a friend that I conned to purchase them from was such a good investment, because I got to meet several neighbors, and not only them, but their family members. Because when they come out and they was doing their shit, and they're like, oh, it's weird, eclipse. And I'm like, oh, do you want to look? Hand them the glasses. Suddenly you made a good friend for life. That person's going to remember you fondly forever. In fact, I had a young teenage person tell me, thank you. I love you, stranger. I love you, stranger. Just by looking in my little silly eclipse glasses at the fucking eclipse that was happening. That's the power of nature. So it was a glorious little couple of hour or so where I was outside and everybody else is coming outside, and the shadows. Oh my God, the shadows were so fucking amazing. I've been outside during eclipse before. We had one here in Texas a few years ago, and I didn't have eclipse glasses, but I got to see the shadow part. That part was fucking cool. But when I went outside this time to actually see the eclipse when it was happening, and I looked out on the landscape of my apartment complex, which is a varied landscape. Many buildings, many trees, many squirrels, many people with junk cars. I looked out on that landscape, and I saw a glorious, glorious thing. The shadows were weird. They were weird. The light was a little weird. Everything was weird. And the thing that I actually thought was the weirdest? Let me tell you. The thing I thought was the weirdest was not that the eclipse was happening, but that the fucking sun, at 90% obscured in Austin, Texas, according to the whatever authority that the man put in charge of the eclipse, said 90% was obscured. And I looked at it. It was pretty fucking obscured. There was still a lot of fucking sunlight. Like it was daylight outside. There was no twilight. There was no like darkening. It was very much middle of the day light. Just a little bit weird. And that got me to thinking about the power of our sun. What the hell? How is it that 90% of this thing can be obscured and you can still have this intense amount of light for what, I mean, it's light. Light is light is light. You can have this intense amount of light and it's there. It's fucking there. I don't even know what to say about it. I just know that it was magical and I'm glad I got to witness it. And I cannot wait for the one that's coming in April, which is supposed to be even more spectacular. Anyway. Oh, we got Lucky 3 joining us. Thank you, Lucky 3, for hanging out. No, you're not late. I was late and I forgot to schedule the fucking stream. And that's why it's going to be a fucking like intimate party tonight. But I don't mind because I like all y'all. So Apollo's drinking water, which means it's time to do our ritual. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it up to the universe this evening. We're just gonna have to let it roll how it rolls out. That's all. All right. First thing we like to do when we do the ritual is burn the sacred wood. If you've got some sacred wood to burn or some incense or some other candle or something, let it burn, bitch. Burn out all that negativity and let that sweet smoke of clarity fill your senses. Okay. Excellent. And then we're going to ring the bell. We're going to ring the bell for service. Let the internet and the man and the universe know that we're here for answers. If you seek answers, ask the OraCola. Okay. And then we got our pathogen wand because, yes, it is cold and flu and season. And we want to make sure that we are definitely, most assuredly, not carrying any of them pathogens, whether they be man-made or natural, into our sphere. And then we also got our Prospera spray. This is for prosperity. Just to manifest the best that you can. Don't manifest the bad, manifest the good. Remember. And then, of course, last but not least, we got our chakra anointment. We're going to anoint this with Florida water. Make sure all of our chakras are nice and clean and squeaky and whirling and ready to receive the guidance from the universe. Okay. So, we already got a question from Goog. Excellent. Starting out with the pornicle. I like this. Approved. And by the way, if you haven't already, I know everybody here knows how to do it, but if you ain't already, if you're watching later, if you're looky-loo, whatever, turn on the live chat, not the top chat. At the top, if you're on the chat box, go to the top, there's an arrow. It's either top chat or live chat. Turn on the live chat. Sometimes things get censored. And also, if you're typing a question, make sure it's YouTube friendly. Sometimes that shit gets censored. Okay. All right. Loving my eyeshadow. Thank you. I was like blue-green, oceany kind of look. I was trying to go with these color things. So thank you. Okay. We got pornicle for my final paper for science class, please. Okay. So the pornicle is an oracle of dirty pictures, if you are not aware, if you're watching later. And this requires me to search for a number between 1 and 755. And we're going to definitely get a number out of this. So the first thing we're going to do is bring up a random number generator. Random number generator. Say that 5 times fast. Random number generator, 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 random number generator. Did I do it? I don't know. I want to do this. Random number generator. There's 755 pages of smut in the Pornicle. We're going to type in a number between 1 and 755. My phone's been sluggish today. I don't know why. Must be the eclipse. Okay. Here we go. Page 295. Page 295 in the Pornicle is going to be the answer for Patrick. Or no, Goog. For the final paper. The final paper. The final paper. Do-loo-doo. Do-loo-doo-doo. Do-loo-doo. Do-loo-doo-doo-doo. I couldn't resist, y'all. Sorry. All right. Oh, God. I already forgot which number. 295. Okay. Page 295 in the Pornicle. The oracle for this final paper. The final paper. Do-loo-doo-doo. Do-loo-doo. Do-loo-doo-doo. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right. So this is a group scene. So you might, for the final paper, you might need to call upon your friends to help you out. Like, I don't know if you've written this paper already or not, but you might need to seek counsel. You might need to seek the guidance of other people. Maybe find other angles to explore in your thesis. Maybe try other, I don't know, parts of your argument and bring them to fruition. Maybe give them a paragraph or two. There's a whole lot going on in here. It's definitely going to be a group effort no matter what. So I would just seek out advice from peers and mentors and use that to make the most exciting and yeah, I would say exciting and memorable paper that you've ever written. Yeah, exciting and memorable. Exciting and memorable. That's what I meant to say. There you go. All right. Oh, that was fun. Goodness. Yeah, use the tutoring service for sure. They might have insights that you are not aware of. Definitely. Oh, it means human beings are slow down light. Well, Patrick, that is very interesting. You know, I've often kind of vibrated into the space where I thought that people are not dense like we are naturally. We're dense like we are on this human plane, kind of against our will and unnaturally. And that's why we got problems. But we're here to do some purpose. We're here to do some things. We're here to like figure some shit out. I don't know, be the other brain for some other higher being. I don't know. There's a lot of theories about it. Other people have thought about it a lot more than me and probably have way more thought out shit. But yeah, I do think that there's some validity to that idea. All right. Let me go back up. Yeah, Bill Gates always wants to do some bullshit. Fuck Bill Gates. Don't listen to that little dried up old man. He's just resting on his billions. There ain't no life force left within him. He is a reptilian like scourge. And I ain't saying that he didn't once like be a person. He might have had a seed of a human in him when he was born, but probably he was just like initiated from generations back and just like being honed into this little weird kind of alien, not human, antisocial, anti-emotional thing. And suddenly they spit it out and he goes on to be Bill Gates. And, you know, his ancestors who played the long game, we talked about the long game last week. Just FYI. All them people is like, yes, this is what we did. You know what? Anne Rice wrote about this in the Mayfair Witches. If you ever read that shit, this all makes sense. Read that stuff. It's a very pulpy, fun novel series to read. It's good in the beginning, it kind of falls off in the end, but it talks about a generational family of witches and how they keep their power by like playing the long game and sacrificing certain members in the time and then like projecting other members and other members in the background. It's kind of like keeping it all going. It's a very interesting intro work of like, I don't know, it's kind of like the man's game in microcosm. So if you read that, if you're into pulpy shit and there's lots of New Orleans and like fantastical stuff and demons, I mean, it's definitely a pulp read. Definitely. But it's very complex. And if you can read that and then extrapolate it to our modern politics, but know that our modern politics are way more complicated. This is just like a very small, simple explanation, like Plato's cave kind of thing. Yeah, that gives you a sense of it. Yeah, that's Bill Gates' family in a nutshell. It's the Mayfair witches, but not as sexy. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to even go back up here and see if I missed anything. Nope. Yep. Hey, Carol Jean, you made it. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I forgot to schedule that live stream, and everybody is convoluted and just, not with it. I'm so sorry. I handicap myself this show. I try to get more viewers every show, and I get the family, and occasionally I get other viewers, but, I just fucked myself over this time, and it must have been because the universe wanted me to fuck myself over. It must have been. I need to like deep search within myself and figure out why. Why did I do this to myself? What was the thing? Why did I do this? Why? It's okay. I ain't judging myself. I'm just trying to find out why. That's all I can do. Patrick, digital diviner, should we all buy paragliders for the end times? Ooh, well, that's a very specific question. I don't know that I would ever want to purchase a paraglider, even in the end times, because I wouldn't ever want to operate one. I'm very much afraid of heights. I do not want to like be in a paraglider at any point in my lifetime. I don't want to climb mountains. I don't want to be on the top of whatever. I don't want to get on that high like thing. If I'm on a roller coaster, it's only because I know I'm only up there for a second and I go back down. That's the only way I can tolerate a roller coaster. But anyway, here we go. We want to get to paragliders for the end times. Digital diviner, Dickwood. It says, why not? Sure, why not? When it's the end times, y'all, anything goes. Anything fucking goes. If you want to paraglide your way around the world, fucking do it. As long as you don't get shot down, good for you. It might be a better way to fly. You might be able to like take out drones while he's up there. You might be able to be like a paragliding vigilante, taking out surveillance drones and like military drones all over the world. Now, the paragliding part might make you slow and susceptible to missile strikes. I just want to put that out there. However, the glory might be that you get into the history books. Even if you only took out 1 or 2 drones, you might be that crazy asshole that was the first one to do paragliding, like drone strikes. And yeah, guess what? You made it. Your name is immemorial, even though you died. Maybe. Who knows? Just saying. It could happen. What we got here? Oh, tarot for Carol Jean. Wisdom for our new home inspector tomorrow. Yes, of course. Here we go. Home inspectors are a kettle of fish. Let me tell you. I was once renting a house a long time ago, and a home inspector came, unbeknownst to me, and inspected the house because the owners was going to sell it. I was going to move out. And then they had open house on folks who wanted to buy the house. So, they was coming through with people, showing them off the house. I had to keep everything clean. It was such a pain in the ass. But they found a buyer real quick. And so one day, the realtor who was shepherding that buyer through the process was not able to make it at the last minute for an emergency. And they asked if I could just let the homeowner in and just, the prospective buyer in and let them look at some things, do a little walkthrough. And so I was like, yeah, sure. I'll let him in. I love living here. It's such a cool house. And so I let him in. We was walking through. I was talking about all the shit that's going on. I'd only lived there like 9 months at this point. Keep in mind, 9 months I've been living there. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is great, but this sometimes happens. And, oh, yeah, this is great, and this sometimes happens. And, oh, yeah, I was told that this would have to be replaced in a couple of years. But, it's working fine now. Everything's good. But, yeah, there's some problems. Well, that was too much. I had said too much because I got a phone call very early in the morning from the owner of the home, very upset with me for telling this person who was about to buy the house about all these problems with the house and that they wanted to back out of the contract. And I was like, whoa. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. You already had this shit inspected by a reputable person, apparently, according to your documents in your realty stuff. And if they didn't talk about this shit and they didn't point this shit out, and I only been here 9 months and I know all about this shit, then honey, you're dealing with some fucking fraud. And the answer I got back was, please don't talk to any prospective buyers ever again. That tells you all you need to know about inspectors. They're crooked as fuck. However, I hope that my experience does not reflect upon yours. I just wanted to share it with you before I pulled the tarot card because I do have feelings about this subject. And I do feel like home inspectors are liable to be very crooked depending on the situation. And a lot of people get duped by them on either side. So hopefully your inspector is on the up and up and excellent in every way, and you will have a fine inspection. So let's see what the tarot has to say about how you should handle what they tell you. Okay? Because tarot is all about how you should handle shit, not how it's going to happen to you. Right? It's how you should handle it. Always. Okay. Here we go. Inspector Gadget says, ooh, the Hermit. Okay, so I would say this is requiring y'all to be very quiet about things. Maybe just not engage in certain topics. So, I don't know your house. I don't know your situation, but the inspector is going to come. It's going to go through some shit. Now, there may be some shit you know about that you don't want other people to know about before they buy your house. Maybe don't mention that to the inspector. I ain't saying you're being a fraud because houses come with problems, right? They do. I'm just saying if you don't need to bring up the roof, needs to come like if the roof is ready to be replaced in 2 years, you don't need to bring that shit up, right? Don't bring it up. That's not your problem. You're going to sell the house before 2 years, right? You don't need to tell the buyer every prospective possible thing that might go wrong after they buy the house. No, you need to figure out the condition of the house now and paint a true representation of that as an ethical seller of that to the buyer. The inspector is there to say, yes, this is true and this is not true. So I would say Keep quiet about the shit you need to keep quiet about. And then just see what's going on. And I just don't be out there. Don't be like me. Don't say more than you need to. If I was smart, I would have just let that buyer walk into that like money trap of a house and just have the worst time of their life, and it would have just been a disaster. But no, they walked out of it. They got some other buyer to take it, and hopefully they're happy. Because I go by that house occasionally and not much has changed. I don't think a whole lot of renovations has gone down. I don't think it ain't been raised. It ain't been like turned into some duplex. It's actually still the same house with the same fucking little things I put on the outside of it X number of years ago. It's still fucking there. So that gives me hope that the inspector, wasn't too far off. They just, shit happens. So good luck. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the one you're buying. Oh, my goodness. Well, I just misinterpreted all of that. So on your end, Hermit, hopefully it's like all good. But maybe you should dig a little bit deeper. Maybe dig a little bit deeper. I don't know. I told a story for you, and it has meaning, however you want to interpret it. You can't have multiple inspectors. You just have to pay for them. And most people do not. Most people don't. It's expensive. And it's hard. You got to book it. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Oh my goodness. Well, $370, it ain't that bad, honestly. If it comes to buying a limit of a house and paying another $370, I'd rather spend the $370 for another inspector's opinion. When you go to the doctor and they say you got the cancer, you better go to another fucking doctor and ask them the same question and not tell them you already know the answer, right? This is called a second opinion. It is very important sometimes in life to spend a little bit extra time and money on a second opinion and see if that differs from the first opinion. Because if it does, then, you got a conundrum. You got to figure out, which one is true? Well, you got to dig a little deeper. You might need to get a third opinion or a fourth opinion. We can't go too deep into this rabbit hole. I will say that when it comes to house inspections, there's a lot of fucking fraud. You should be wary. Okay? Just be wary. Okay. All right. There we go. We got the tarot. All right. It's 9:47. Now, I know it's 10 minutes late. We're getting toward the end of the show, and I ain't even done no tea. And I know this is a weird show because I forgot to schedule the fucking live stream. So it's just the family here. That's okay. I do not mind. I love it. I fucking love it because it's a very intimate exchange, absolutely intimate. So we're going to get into some tea, y'all. Get into some tea. Can't reach it. All right. I forgot to put the tea kettle close to me. Another thing I forgot to do. Very forgetful tonight. I was distracted, y'all. I was fucking distracted. Okay. Here we go. Gonna get some tea. Here we go. We got some tea. What do we got today? Oh, this one's good. Human design. Y'all, if y'all didn't think it got woo-woo enough when it comes to astrology, y'all ain't even talked about human design. Let me tell you, honey, this is something I stumbled upon briefly several years ago. And it kind of like, I just touched on it and was like, this is a little bit strange. I don't know about this shit. Forgot about it for many, many years. Suddenly, YouTube rabbit hole, always a YouTube rabbit hole. I get shown a video. What's your human design? Well, you know me, I'm not too busy doing something at the moment. So I'm like, sure, let's find out. Well, this is the wooest shit you've ever seen. Like woo, 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 woo. And not even like woo woo ashamed. Like it is unabashedly woo it. It combines astrology and I Ching and like a bunch of shit, a bunch of fucking shit. And it's also the brainchild of somebody who sounds white when it comes to their birth name, but uses a Eastern sounding pseudonym for their works. Sorry, I got upset. Not that I'm upset about this. I've just scratched the surface, but I'm just saying this is something, if you want your brain to go crazy and spaghetti and just like explode into a million pieces and not even understand it, but still like be drawn to it, this is your rabbit hole, y'all. This is it. It creates personality types. God, kind of like the Myers-Briggs. But instead of using psychology, it uses all these esoteric sciences like astrology and I Ching, whatever. Also brings in some, you know, metaphysics and some kind of like theoretical physics, neutrinos and shit. Like it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And there are a lot of people on YouTube who do human design. And suddenly, I can't talk. Suddenly, I am just like verklempt with this. I don't even know. Anyway, I don't necessarily recommend that you try to put your human design chart up on your computer and figure it out because I guarantee you will be very, very, very confused and you won't understand a lick of it. I just know that it exists and that a lot of people buy into it and that apparently it's very, very important to the point where some people base their whole life off of it. Not unlike astrology, but human design is astrology plus other things. It's like astrology to the nth degree. I don't know why the universe is doing this to me. Whatever. It's weird, not. I accept it. So, anyway, human design. If you're interested in getting into some craziness, try it out. But I ain't saying you're going to be like satisfied with the answers because as soon as you get one surface like scratched off, like a scratch off ticket, there's more to scratch off. And there's so many layers. And you're like, I don't even understand how this is happening. Who said this is the way it is? I don't get it. It is what it is, but it kind of makes sense, but I don't even know why it makes sense. But am I just am I just like, you know, I don't even know. I don't even know, y'all. I'm just saying that I had an interesting weekend this past weekend. I saw an eclipse that was 90%. I got into human design randomly, just kind of crazily. And I also got crazily a free wristband to ACL Festival for 2 days. So I had a whirlwind of a weekend, y'all, and there's a whole lot of things going on. And I spent a lot of time at a music festival with other people, and I spent a lot of time at home looking at human design. And then I also spent some time looking at the sun, sharing my glasses with other people. So it was a communal weekend. Communal weekend for sure. Collective and all that. So yeah. Yeah. ACL was fun. I got some random free tickets just at the last minute, literally at like 4:00 in the afternoon on Saturday. I was like, hey, you want a wristband? I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. And then hopped in the Uber, went down, saw some Alanis Morissette, Saw some Foo Fighters, saw some, uh, you know, a whole bunch of people. Yeah, yes, breeders. Like, I just, whoever was there, I walked through their shit, and I was there from like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock on till later. So you just look at the lineup for Saturday and Sunday, second weekend, and I was there. I saw and heard their shit. So yeah, it was good. I did not ever think I would want to go to ACL, but it landed in my lap, and I wasn't mad about it. And it was expensive to go, just to be there, just to get there and back was expensive. The drinks were expensive. There's no way. There is no fucking way you can get wasted at ACL unless you are a millionaire at least. You cannot get wasted the way you need to get wasted at ACL if you are a regular person. Of course, if you're a wealthy person, you're already in a secret lounge where they got the free drinks. So you ain't paying the $25 a drink that you got to pay like a regular person. So yeah, it is not for cheap people. It ain't for people who are broke. I think the wristband that I had given to me was minimum $350. That was the minimum for that wristband. So yeah, I think it's not for poor people. Obviously. But I had fun. I don't mind mingling with bougie rich folks occasionally. I enjoy it, especially when they're trying to pretend they're poor. I don't mind that. I can roll with rich folks pretending to be for poor folks. I can feed their ego and tell them that they're poor like me, and oh yes, I understand your plight, and all that. I don't mind. I can do that. So yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Unexpected, but fun. So yeah, I had that. I did not see Alicia Keys. I don't think she was on the lineup this year. But yeah. Oh, if this purchase goes through and we sell our current house, we'll be debt free. Oh, well, I hope so. I really do. I hope that inspector or that multiple inspectors figure out all the shit that you need to do to get your shit together. That's what I hope. It's not a bit. I'm literally having a problem here. And it ain't been a problem all day. It's like a poltergeist in my throat. Remember last week I was talking about poltergeists at the Christmas? Well, this is a poltergeist in my chest. It's making all kind of racket. It's trying to make itself seen. And it's doing it on my public platform. It's such an unfortunate situation. But you know what? You just got to deal with it. Got to fucking deal with it. It's funny. I was at a bar a couple nights ago, and Poltergeist was on the TV. And I was like, is that Poltergeist? And they're like, yeah. I was like, God damn, I was just talking about Poltergeist at my last show. So funny how the universe works. Maybe there will be a poltergeist instead of fucking roaches in my bathroom. I've had roaches in my bathroom, y'all. It's been bad. Not bad, like occasional roaches. Like the occasional roach. And I had the exterminator out, and they sprayed. And it's funny. The exterminator came back a week later and knocked on my door, and I happened to be home. And they were like, hey, you got any roaches? I ain't seen them since you've been here. Guess what? I saw a fucking roach the next morning. It fucking pissed me off. It's like the universe saying, fuck you. There's roaches all the time. Even if you don't think they're there, they are. So I'm just keeping an eye out. I turn on the bathroom light and look around every time I go in, just like, where's the roach? Ain't seen one since the other roach, but you know what? I'm on the lookout. It could happen. Ugh. Yeah, job security. It makes me wonder if sometimes exterminators don't actually put roach eggs in the house that they're exterminating so they can come back because the roaches keep hatching. Wouldn't that be a nefarious thing to do? Wouldn't that be awful? I wonder if it's happened. I wonder. I ain't saying this is the case here. I think it's just, I live in an apartment complex and there's people above me and behind me and aside and all around. And, who knows has roaches. And they got all the walls and shit. We was talking about the spiritual spackle last week. A lot of throwbacks to last week, by the way. If you ain't seen last show, you might want to watch it again. But yeah, that spiritual spackle we was talking about, where you got to like seal them demons in the wall so they don't come out into your actual living space. Same thing with the roaches. They like seal the walls with these little plastic things. And, hopefully the roaches don't get through. But, roaches are tenacious little fuckers. I fucking hate them. Ugh. The exterminator looked like the farmer from Ghostbusters. Well, I don't know. I just know that he was not white. If that lets you know anything, he was the not white Ghostbuster. Oh, Men in Black. Yeah, no. I don't know about Men in Black. It was the non-white one. It was the non-white one. Yeah. Oh. All right. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed a question. Okay. No, I did not. We are drinking a Moscow Mule, as we usually do on the OraCola if we're drinking a liquor drink. Sometimes we drink beer. It depends on our mood. Tarot for the week, please. Absolutely. We will do this for you. So it is the middle to late October. It's pretty much the end of October. We're pretty much at the end of Libra season. We got a few more days left. It flew by, y'all. It fucking flew by. I don't know what happened to Libra season. It was just there and gone. But I do know that, the world kind of exploded in a new way during this season. A lot of people had emotions about it. And it was, it was a collective sigh of pain. That's what I would say. We had a collective sigh of pain this past week or two. And this could be pain on many levels, pain for the world, pain personally, pain internally, emotionally, pain like in your family relationships, lots of ways it could play out. But there's a lot of intense energy going on, a ton. So if you're dealing with something that you're just a little bit overwhelmed with, I want to say to you, it's going to be fine. Just take a deep breath, go outside, ground yourself before this show. And that's part of the reason why I was a little bit late, because I got started a little bit later. I really just needed to ground myself. I had to go outside. I walked myself outside, found the moon, looked at the moon, stood in some grass, had to stand barefoot in some grass to get a little bit of centering, because there were just so many emotions going and so much like crazy collective ping pong energy happening, lots going on. So yeah, I think this is a valuable thing to do. If you're feeling overwhelmed, go outside, get away from unnatural light, find you the moon, go find the moon or find a star or some like place you can look at that is the sky. Put your feet in dirt or grass, just actually in your feet, so that the energy of the earth can move up through you, out your like head up toward the sky, and just take a bunch of deep breaths and think about being one with whatever consciousness is here right now. This is the best you can do for yourself when you're feeling overwhelmed. It don't take any effort except going outside and doing it. It don't take any money. You can do this if you're broke as hell. Just go outside. Go outside. Stand in the grass, stand in the dirt with your bare feet. Look up at the sky, whether it's like daylight or nighttime. Just don't look directly at the sun. That's bad. And then just breathe. Just fucking breathe and be a part of the collective of this energy on earth. There's so many different people here. There's so many different experiences that are happening right now all at once. Some good, some bad, some terrible, some just indifferent, some just neutral. All of them's happening at the same time, y'all. And you are having one of them experiences. You are. Yes, you are having one of them experiences. So embrace it. Embrace the moment. Just say, you know what? I'm going to experience this fully for the collective, for the higher whatever, so they know what it is. Just going to embrace it, feel it, and then move on to the next experience, right? Yes, that's what we do. So, all right, back to the tarot. Here we go. Tarot for the week. Ooh, the High Priestess. So, yes, we're talking about them whole like woo-woo energies, all that shit. This is what I'm talking about. Get in touch with your inner High Priestess. Try to find the mystical, magical, wonderful feminine deity within you that can intuit how to interpret the horrible things that might come your way or the good things that might come your way. It's all relative. It's all relative. So get in touch with the inner goddess and use that inner goddess guidance to push your good energies out into the world, right? That's what we want to do. We always want to like push the good energies out. I know it's good. Occasionally we push the bad ones out when we're nope. We want to like take those bad ones, ground, transmute them up to the universe, and then push out any good energies toward the collective. That's what we want to do. So good luck, High Priestess. Ooh, Carol Jean, what crystal should I carry to the inspection? Ooh, this one is good. Very specific. You're welcome, PNG. Ugh. All right. Hold up. I got to get my card situated here. So we're going to do a crystal for the inspection. Now, we hope it all goes very well. Remember, mum's the word about the 2-year off thing. Just focus on the present. Focus on the present. If it ain't broke now, it ain't broke in the future, right? Yes. Okay. Here we go. Crystal for the inspection. And you don't even have to actually have this crystal with you. You can just have an image of this crystal in your mind and vibrate on the vibration of this crystal. That's how it works. That's how it all works, really. You don't actually have to have the physical thing. It helps, but it ain't necessary. As long as you can really take it within you and visualize it and put it out there as your totem, it's going to work. So don't worry about getting to the rock shop if you can't get there. I know selling a house is a lot of work. So here we go. Crystal, this one. Ooh, Amazonite. What does it say? Loosen your grip. Loosen your grip. So maybe let go of some things that you can't control. There might be things in this process that are maddening that you don't understand, but you can't control. So just let it go. Let it to God. Let it to the universe. And just try to ride the wave. If there's something that comes up in this whole process that you are not mentally prepared for, acknowledge it. Say, okay, that's how it is. That's how I have to deal with it. Let it go. That's your journey. It ain't worth worrying about. It ain't going to ruin your life. It ain't going to ruin your life. That's the thing. Little crisis like that ain't going to ruin your life. Even if it's like a plumbing issue, even if you got to put the whole new roof on, whatever, just take off $20,000, $30,000 off your fucking selling price and just be done with it. It ain't your responsibility. It's the new homeowner's responsibility. You're just being upfront about it. But if you can keep it a secret, do it. Ah. All right, Prince, goddess guidance for the week. Oh my goodness, we got a secret oracle here. A secret oracle. This is the goddess oracle. Only the regulars know, like y'all. So we're going to do this. Oh, the Astros won. Yay. I don't follow sports, but yay, I'm glad you're happy they won. I I I just don't have the bandwidth. I can't even get into TikTok, y'all. I cannot even bother to download TikTok. I can't even bother to download X, formerly Twitter, because apparently that's how you say it now. X, formerly Twitter. I can't even bother to download that shit. I have an account, but I ain't used it in so long because I just don't even have the bandwidth to have it on my phone. I don't even know. I can't follow sports. I ain't cut out for it. I just am cut out for suddenly diving into shit like human design. And like going, what the hell is this shit? Some people get into sports stats. Other people get into channels and profiles. And if you're into human design, well, you know what that is. So here we go. Prince. We got to get some goddess guidance for the week. X, formerly known as Prance. Well, that would be funny. I bet somebody has actually marketed, like trademarked that kind of thing. Probably some kind of porn star. And if they ain't, well, guess what? Here's a good idea. Too bad you ain't going to see it on this channel. All right. Here we go. Oh, Artemis. Artemis is the guidance for you. This is, oh, I got to find my readers. Where'd they go? Oh, no. I missed my readers. All right, there they are. Hold up. This, I know who Artemis is. I'm just going to read this. Artemis, the archaic mistress of animals, probably dates to Paleolithic times. Her realm is in the wilderness, and her concern extends to all wild, untamed things. She presides over the hunt, and she is the goddess of hunters. So get out in the fucking woods. Get yourself out in nature. And even if you ain't going to be hunting nothing, just be out there and looking around. Right? Be the predator. Don't be the prey. Be on the lookout. Yeah. She's healing and soothing, protects births and childbirth, all that. Young girls, blah, 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 blah. Females. Anyway, I would say the overall guidance is to get yourself out of the house and into some kind of nature situation because the goddess of the hunt is calling you. She is saying you need to get out there and hunt down some wisdom. So go outside, ground, go to the woods, take a hike. I don't know. Go find some nature trail. Do something weird. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, go outside. There it is. Magic 8 Ball for Goog is Prance, another one of Elon's kids. Well, maybe, but I don't think so. Just because I think all of Elon's kids are pretty young. And I get the sense that Prance ain't young. I don't know if that's true. I just have a psychic ability about that. So we're just going to do this one. And then it's probably time to end the show. I don't know. I think it's been about an hour. So we're just going to roll it back and, just kind of let it soft out. Don't count on it. It says don't count on it. Yeah. So definitely not going to happen. Not Elon's kid. Elon only has kids with pop stars and CEOs and his ex-wife that he probably thoroughly mentally abused. That's all. And this weird thing about Elon, here's what's weird. I don't think he's ever actually had a child through natural means. I think all of Elon's kids have been conceived through IVF, which is really fucking strange when you think about it. Does he not actually have sex? Is he not able to fuck? Does he have to only like spooge into a cup? Is that the only way that Elon can procreate? I don't know. It's just a little bit weird. I think it's just a little bit weird, don't you? And he's had kids with lots of people and probably lots of people that we ain't actually aware of. I bet Elon Musk has over 100 offspring at this point. He's just like jerking off into cups and shipping them off to people who are willing to shoving up their pussy. And occasionally a little Elon will come out. And it might be trans. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I think it's time for me to log out. It's been at least an hour. At least an hour. I love y'all so much for finding me after I fucked up and did not schedule my stream like I normally do. And I love that this was an intimate crowd. I'm a little bit sad that I just fucked this up, but you know what? It's a good lesson. It's a good lesson for me to always remember to schedule the fucking stream. Always remember to do that. Even if I get distracted with posting my reel, I got to schedule the fucking stream. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your middle October into Scorpio season week. Yes. And I will see y'all next time. I love y'all. Bye.